Hey guys, today I'm gonna talk about. This is gonna be like a little, I guess a little overview of the Preachers of Detroit. Um, I'm just testing out this camera, so I figure, yeah, why not talk about the Preachers of Detroit? Excuse the way I look. I'm tired. I don't feel good, but I figure which way better. I'm talking about the Preachers of Detroit or whatever. I don't know about this show. I'm gonna try to give it a chance. I have my own personal feelings of this show, maybe because it was the way I was raised and stuff like that. So, yeah. Bishop Charles Ellis, I really don't have a problem with him so far. He's Bishop Noel Jones, Bishop, but I didn't have a problem really with him. He has a first lady, Chrisette, and he's the father of Sierra and Charles. Um, but yeah, I didn't have a problem with Bishop Ellis so far. What's her name? They have Evangelist Dorinda Clark, shared up in there. Don't have a problem with her. She's really about motivating women and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with her. Um, what's his name? What? Then you have Bishop Carletta. Let me see her name. Bishop Carletta Vaughn. She says she's the first woman bishop in Detroit. I don't have a problem with her so far. I haven't really got to really see her. I don't have a problem with which women, bishops, women pastors. I've had a woman pastor, so I don't have a problem with that. How can you have a problem with a woman pastor, but don't have a problem with pastors that used to be pimps and gangbangers and stuff like that? How can you? I mean, if a woman can lead me to Christ, more power to her. So I don't have a problem with a woman being a bishop or being a pastor. I know a lot of people have problems with that, but the way I grew up in LA, I didn't have a problem with that. I've known a lot of bishop women in LA and Oakland and stuff like that, so it's not uncommon in the California area. Um, her and her husband, I think, is going to have some kind of issue. Um, who else is in there? That guy that got into it with Dietrich at the beginning. Okay, let's start with Bishop Ken Alden. He was on Preachers of LA. He's the virgin, like the 50-year-old virgin dude. We really didn't get to see a lot of him yet that I've seen on the first two episodes, but I do remember him on the Preachers of LA, and I don't have a problem with him just yet. They don't really show a lot of these people's ministry and let us see how these people preach. They want to show us their back life, so okay. Um, Bishop elect, is that his name? Let me try to do this thing up. Bishop elect. Another big guy. He said that he had put a gun to his head. I remember him. Bishop Clarence Langston. Okay. He seemed like a flashy preacher. He really seemed like a real flashy preacher. Don't have a problem with him yet. I like how he put that other damn pastor in his place. Let's talk about him. Bishop. No, he's not a bishop. Pastor David Bullard. Is that his name? Yeah. I don't like him. I don't like what he represents. That's one of the pastors on here, that pastors, bishops, or whatever, that I can't rock with. I can't rock with his attitude. He's overbearing. He talks shit. Sorry for my cussing, but that's my mouth. I don't like him. I don't like a pastor that thinks it's okay to have sex with people and you're not married and you up there on the pulpit and you supposed to be preaching this type of stuff and this is the type of stuff in the Bible, but you go around with the Bible because you want to get your get it off. I just can't. I can't rock with him. I don't like how he came at Dietrich that first episode because I felt like Dietrich was telling him how he felt about him taking digs at people, the gospel artists or whatever. And I'm this type of way. Maybe it was okay, I agree with some of the things he said, but my thing is when you get on that damn pulpit, that's not your battle zone. And that's what another reason why I left church is because a few years ago is because I didn't like that. I didn't like where you had to get on the pulpit before your message, and then you had to talk about everything that was going on, what you didn't like about the people in the church. I mean, I'm not saying that's what the pastor that I did, but the pastor that I was going to church, they got up and on the pulpit, and it was before the message. Let me tell y'all how I really feel, and I don't like that. And that's how David Butler, he came off to me. He came off real just trying to give his congregation of an opinion of the way the gospel artist is, and I'm like, no, that's not right. That's another reason why I left the church, because there's so many more judgmental people in the church than it is on the street. And if people don't agree with what I'm saying, I'm sorry for you, but it's so much more judgmental people, so much more favoritism in the church than I have encountered on the street. That's just my experience. I don't want to make nobody mad or whatever and say that's how all churches are, but that has been my experience. Favoritism and being judged, or being judged on who I hung with and not really get to know me. I didn't have time for that. I just didn't have time. I was like, I can go read the Bible at home and get the word for myself, and that's what I've been doing for all these years. I recently started going back to church. When I go to California and visit, I'll go to church or whatever, and I enjoy the pastor there. I enjoy the music there. And I'm the type of person, a lot of times I can get what I need to get out the music. I really, really can. Sometimes the words in the music and all that kind of stuff speak to my heart more than what the pastors be up there saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, that dude, I can't rock with him. I just can't. I can't. Um, who else did we have? Pastor Don Williams, I think that's his name, and then he has the 5 kids. I think that's what it is. He's the one that got the 5 kids, the singers, which they can sing their ass off. They can sing. Them kids can sing. I give them that. But he wants his kids to be pure, and I bet you his kids is off the chain when they not around. I'm just saying. I don't know if that's what they give me. The first episode was all about Dietrich trying to get them all together and sing a song to represent Detroit, or I don't know if they're gonna give the money to the people of Detroit, the city of Detroit, or what the proceeds they make off this money. But I was with Truth Seeker 5,000 when she was talking about this is how y'all represent through a song where the people that's hurting have to pay for that music. So if you guys are paying, people have to pay for this song. I hope the proceeds are going for a good cause in the city of Detroit. It seemed like it was a good song. It seemed like it was something I'll listen to. So I thought that was cool. But we all just basically saw who the pastors was that first episode. The second episode, all I got was when that David Bullard dude was talking all that mess, talking over people, telling people they don't live in the city, and how he was so just confrontational. I couldn't even deal of how confrontational he was. Even if a lot of people feel like that, or it's just the way to come off, and him being a pastor and him trying to start stuff with the other pastors, it was like we was getting Dietrich from the first season. Not Dietrich from the second season, because I guess Dietrich, thought about it. But the Dietrich from the first season, that's what we was getting time 10. And I wasn't here for it. I'm going to try to give this show a chance. It's a little more, on my element of preachers at LA. I don't know why. It just seemed like everybody want to turn up. Everybody want to get into it with each other. And that's not how I want churches to be represented. But y'all can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, Xbox Live. I do everything by the Ghetto View. This is my recap, review, whatever, of what I thought about the Preachers of Detroit. Yeah, and this was just me trying to test this camera out. So I'll be back with some more videos and stuff like that. I'll talk to you guys later.